left off last week in the easternmost cave system here, where Kaylin picked up a giant gem in the shape of an enlarged dwarven heart that she believed was, thanks to her lore and reading up on things like this, interested in the lore in the multiverse, she believed she read somewhere that was likely a Warforged heart, much to her delight.
And now her quest is done and she'll never come back.
Yeah, that's what I want.
She's set for life.
Yeah.
That was all I was after from this game. Was a Warforged heart.
Awesome. Alright, let's see. Let me open up more, and I'll bring up the map here for chat. Boop. Okay. Meanwhile, Felix was near the top of this particular length of cave, watching in both directions, making sure there's no signs of movement or enemies. Emersina and Emil were sort of staking out along the length of the hallway, and Ormia and Kaylin were there at the end. What else was of note? I believe Emil, definitely Kaylin, possibly it was Emil or Felix, I can't remember now, heard the voice in their head.
Me most recently, Emil. Yeah.
Okay, neat. Coming from a westwardly direction. All right.
And I said I would go check it out because it sounded like fun.
Ah, that's right. Perfect. All right.
And Seb is not in the caves with us.
Oh, right. Okay, yep. Seb is hanging out with Botenry. Outside, safe and sound. All right, let me open this up in the DM screen here, and we'll get to some fun. All right. So go ahead, gang. What would you like to do? Kaylin and Ormia, I think we're ready to start heading back up. So Emil, I think you're the first one that would see them coming back up. I feel like Kaylin might still have the giant, unless she said she packed it in her backpack already.
I thought she did.
Right? Yeah, we joked about how worn out it was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So with her bulging backpack, she's walking out with a new find. Ormia right behind her. Ormia has... well, I'll get to that in a minute. So they're coming up and approaching Emil and Emersina.
Did Caitlin or Felix mention hearing a voice earlier? I can't remember.
Kaylin did, but nobody else did.
Okay, so I'll mention to Kaylin that I've heard a voice calling for us to come rescue it from the west.
You
ask her if that's what, if that sounds familiar to her.
Yeah, I heard something like that. It was cursing Roheen, and sounded like it maybe needed our help. Should we check it out, you think?
Sounds fun.
There's lots of shiny stuff in here. Maybe we'll find some more. She hikes up her backpack.
I'm sure she says that gleefully.
I'm just going to shake my head as she walks past with her backpack, be like, oh my gosh.
Every time she walks out of some place with something in her backpack, it goes horribly wrong for us.
Yeah. What's it going to be this time?
Behind her, you see Ormia dragging this armor, like on her back, heels dragging across the cave floor.
What is that for?
Well, I thought Felix might need something since he lost his or did whatever with his. This is pretty nice set.
What did he do with his?
I don't know, but I think he needs it.
Some warriors in silly armor.
Oh my god.
All it takes is one good blade.
True.
Awesome. So Ormia...
Okay, sorry. I'll look at the map. I guess we're meeting up at the end of this kind of cave branch.
Yeah. Ormia asks Felix if he would care to have said armor, to which he reluctantly agrees. Oh, well, he contemplates a little bit like it's coming out of this creepy cave, and do I really want this? But, yeah, I need the armor. Thanks, yeah. Looks like maybe not the best fit size-wise, but it'll do. And we'll say that he takes just 5 minutes or so, maybe 10 minutes. It's I forget what type of armor it is, but it's pretty heavy. And gets himself strapped in a little help from Ormia that knows the ins and outs of armor, and gearing up. He now has armor back, so I'm going to very quickly add that, as that may come in maybe an important thing here in a little bit. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Kaelin is just sort of, kind of leading the way at this point as Felix is geared up now, back further to the west by the giant crystal structure. For those without dark vision, it is a fairly dark room, and it's only the dancing lights from this luminescent crystal in the center that casts a dim light across this entire area of the cave.
Should we go into the spider webs?
You approach the other hallway here with dun dun dun. It's littered with spider webs. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Just slowly drag myself over there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I really don't want to have to go through spider webs.
Well, I think we should pick a marching order so that, whoever goes through the spider webs first gets the spider webs.
Somebody
Nice.
who's not here.
And then the smarter people who are further back, don't get spider webs in their hair.
Yes.
Awesome. I feel like Felix would
Good
probably
plan.
volunteer to go first.
Well, especially now he's got armor again, right?
Yeah. It's like, I'll get it. Taps his armor. I don't know. Kaelin would probably want to.
We can't follow Kaelin because she doesn't brush the spider webs that are up high. So
Yeah.
Not tall enough.
We need a tall person to go first to get the high spider webs, and then it doesn't matter.
Ormia reluctantly says she'll follow Felix up here. Kaelin drops in behind her. Then it's just the two of you.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I'm fine being last and watching our backs. So maybe I'll just zig over one square. I don't know if it's on screen or not, but it's okay.
Here we go.
I mean, Emil's usually okay with not being up front, so as long as he's got opportunity to hide in the shadows before he gets jumped on.
Gotcha. All right. Now, I don't think everyone saw this before. So I'll read the description again for those that weren't in this hallway earlier. The soft glow of the white luminous crystals dotting the ceiling and walls in this passage offer just enough visibility to see a grand multitude of glistening strands of webbing carefully woven from floor to ceiling in magnificent design. But much creepier than it sounds. Also, I've got a fun image just to be extra creepy there. Perfect. For the layout. Okay. So, I guess I'll just have everyone sort of move down this. Ooh, yeah, good thinking, guys. I think it was Splint.
Wow. That may be one of the lowest rolls I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, youch. Well, you know what, Em? You've got it because you were here. And just take those 2 rolls. Neat. Okay. All right, Felix has his stuff now. Let me just make sure he's got his proper armor class. Do you not have the strength for that? Oh, whatever. Sorry, I'm trying to add armor and it's not working for some reason. Oh. Here we go. Ooh, okay. So, as we walk down, I'll take it like one pace at a time here. Felix, 5, 10. If I can have you guys roll, I don't know. Are you trying to be stealthy through here, or are you just sort of let's investigate?
Well, whatever the rest of the party's doing, Emil is probably trying to be stealthy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth checks, just in general. Let's see what natural.
Holy crap!
We average out to stealthy, but
that's great. Oh, I forgot he's got disadvantage now. Brutal. Let's see. Ormia. We'll just do hers as well. Yeesh. And Kaylin. Disadvantage. I thought she had something though. You know what? I have to undo that because of her boots. She no longer has disadvantage on that. She just has a regular roll. It cancels it out. Still, it dropped to 17. So she was actually super stealthy. Unfortunately, M not so much, and Felix, as you guys are cutting your way through the webs here. Oh, I'm sorry. I redo because it's real dice night. Shame on me.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. Boo to me.
Uh-oh. I think we all had brain farts.
I completely blanked.
I rolled lower. It's still a 17 for stealth.
Okay, we'll keep if it's higher in the game, we'll keep the one higher in the game.
Okay.
22.
All right, nice, much better, excellent.
That is so funny.
All right, so I'll roll a real one for Felix and everyone and see if they get any better. Oh, he's got a 20, but he's got disadvantage, and the other one's a 7. What's his +1, 8? He got essentially the same. I'll do another one for Ormia. She got it, okay. Oh, right, and then I have to do...
How many people you have to roll for?
Wow, okay. You guys continue on. Felix just using his lighting stick to brush aside as many of the cobwebs as he can. Some of the strands are really, really thick. It's you would almost need a cutting tool to cut through some. His lighting stick gets stuck, and he's got to pull and twist and yank. It's really much more difficult than he thought as he's going through.
Felix, doesn't your lighting stick light on fire?
Oh.
Maybe the cobwebs burn.
You're right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, and he lights it up. And sure enough, it starts cutting through. He holds it up and just pushes through as it quickly ignites and fizzles out for a good foot or two. A lot of the cobwebs now just drooping down, having been cut. It adds to the amount of cobweb on the floor as these sections of a foot or two are being burned away. The bottoms are falling. The tops are just hanging from the ceiling. But you cut a pretty clear path through and around some of these stones. I'm just going to move him his movement. 1, 2, 3, 6. I think that's that. Move Ormia behind. Aelin. Okay. And What do you see?
A dragon. Everybody dies.
Awesome. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 23. Ooh, okay, guys. Alright, you see the passageway continues on, narrowing a bit further up. More cobwebs ahead. There does seem to be a slight bit of clearing after another heavy set of webbing. It seems to thin out a little bit just up ahead.
Is it damp in the hallway?
Yes, there is some moisture in here. You hear the drip of, you see some, almost like dew. You see little drips of water here and there down the spider web and a little bit along the floor. Small pools of water here and there.
Are there any creatures that are littering around on the floor or anything like that, or any bugs? Or...
You've seen some spiders, some tiny spiders running about.
It's fine. It's fine.
It'll be okay.
You push on, and 5, 10, 30, into sort of this clearing as Felix goes through and burns his way through this next clump and mass of webbing. He finds there's a number of different size egg sacs hanging in the webbing off to the side. Some football size, some baseball size, some a little larger than that. And this seems to be maybe an egg-laying area of the cave. All right, I have to do another. Okay. All right.
If we're gonna burn the eggs, we should be ready for combat.
Yeah.
As you, and I'm sorry, what was your second stealth roll?
The one with actual dice?
Mm-hmm.
22.
Oh, okay. All right, good. And hers was 13. Oh, right. Okay. All right. As you continue down this hallway, you now see. Let me open this up a little further here. What appears to be the end of the hallway. Down through here, you see some larger egg sacs still. Much larger. Some about 8 feet probably tall in height. Others closer to 5 feet. You see the sparkle of gold as well. Piles of silver and copper and gold.
Kaylin, don't touch the egg sacs. Don't touch them.
And you see a small mound of earth, maybe 3 feet tall or so, with a sword stuck halfway into it, like the sword in the stone almost. And has a beautiful golden handle, hilt and handle. And the reflection of the white crystal, luminous white crystals off of this makes it highlighted. It's the very first thing you see. This if it weren't for the giant spider sacs, this would probably be what would take up most of your attention. And let's see who's gonna. Well, Ormia's not here, but Ormia hears in her head, very near, a call as well that says, "Please, you're so close. I'm here before you. Save me." Make a perception check, if y'all would.
Oh, I'm rolling the wrong dice again.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah, me too. Shame on me. I really just need to
9.
keep these out. 9?
Yeah.
Did you add your modifiers and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. 9.
5 with my modifier.
No.
We're doing so well tonight.
Okay, well, Felix probably has. He's got 20 in total. So I'm not going to roll through everyone's because they're not here, and that's really all you needed. Felix is the first to pause at seeing this sight and look around just to make sure there's nothing sneaking up behind you. He turns around with his lighting stick in this dimly lit area, only to see a set of a boatload of giant eyes attached to the face of a spider, crawling down the side of the wall and approaching you. A giant spider, probably 11 or 12 feet tall, just as wide, just as long, skitters down with eerie speed down and approaches you. You see another one crawl from a wall, from the ceiling and down the wall further behind you where you came in from. All right. Oops, I forgot I had let's get rid of that. And let's do bum bum bum. Go ahead and roll initiative. Whee.
13.
Nice. Okay, Mia is at 13.
11.
7.
Sam is ready.
Yes. Okay. Whew.
Yay! We're not gonna be alone.
Yeah. Like I don't want to go through all the
There's
sheets and make
spiders.
people die because I rolled terribly. All right, that saves me that. Let me roll for Felix here. Ah, Dan, just keep these dice out.
Stop putting them back in your bag.
Right? Yeah. Sam, just in time. A few giant spiders just came down to visit everybody.
Oh boy.
Okay.
It's a lovely party.
Felix has a +1, so he's 19.
And spiders, oh my.
Awesome. And Ormia, you're here now, so I won't have to do yours. And Kayla's right. Oh, she gotta run. Kaylin, I'm so sorry.
What is this, initiative?
Just initiative, yeah. Let me get you up on the here, Sam.
I have not rolled out my dice yet. That's this was 11. 11.
11. Okay, neat. Oh, she's a +2, so she at least gets a 3. That's good. And yours was 11. Okay.
Gotta get out all my dice.
Fantasy. I roll. Okay.
Ew.
One of them runs down right next to.
Oh.
What's
between
the,
them and Kaylin?
What's the map? Is it still
Orange Keep? Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Why did we go through the spider webs?
The things were calling out. The voice was calling out to a few of you.
The voices told us to.
Also, no
Whose
one was
bright
here.
idea was
Yes.
It's the voice's fault.
Also, if you want to get to the map, open your character and double click on your little icon in the top right.
Oh, right.
Well, there you go.
Skitter.
Oh, no.
All right. Fun. How exciting. All right, let me fix the one for chat so everyone can see this delightful action here. Ooh, how exciting. All right. Ooh, so one of the spiders gets to go first. I hope it's the one right next to everyone. No. Oh well.
Hope it's the one that contains them.
Now we all know.
So the third spider leaps from further north in the cavern, starts crawling down the ceiling, down the wall, and just leaps off of it at Emil. Lands next to you. Partially still backed up and hung up on some of its spider web. It attempts to. It attempts to bite. And does so. Tom.
Ouch.
Comes. Oh, and it rolls its max damage. It, with the force of its leap, as it pinches, it does its maximum damage and just gets a good chunk of your shoulder, pierces through it. And that forces you to make... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Don't do that, Dan. Please make a Constitution saving throw, because we're doing real dice. I don't...
Alright, the save is +2. Is that gonna work?
Nice! Yes!
Whoa!
Good! You feel your muscles start to stiffen for a moment, and then you manage to just shake off that effect through the sheer power of your constitution. Not today, Giant Spider 3. That ends its turn, which brings us over to Felix. Who is going to probably tackle this one in the south just to keep it away from everybody. Actually, this one's right here. He's going to keep his 10-foot distance because he's got this extra reach with his weapon. And, alright, Felix, let's open up your thing here. To keep things moving, I'm not going to do real dice with his stuff since he's not here. Where's his... Here we go. I guess I could, right? It's a +4. I don't know. What do you guys... Do you have a preference?
Whatever flows fastest, I think.
Okay. So he's going to attack with... but he uses his second strike. The first strike, he thrusts with his weapon and misses. The meat of the spider is just still up too high on the wall. But he swings back around with his secondary strike. Woo! And gets a natural 20 on that one. Comes back and blasts the side of one of the spider's mandible, cracking that mandible open. Which will actually affect its ability to bite. So that's handy. Because critical damage is awesome. And then reels back into a position ready to fight, defend himself. Alright, I think that's it for his turn. Next up is the one that crawled down. Since Emercina is taller than Kaylin and it reaches Emercina's head first, it's going to go for a bite on M.
Oh, yay.
Alright. And completely whiffs. Okay. You see this and your fight or flight instincts just kick in. You guard yourself immediately. And with your bow, you jam that into its mouth to keep its mandibles from biting down on you, holding it at bay with your strength and your bow.
I don't want your kisses.
Awesome. Come on, VC. There we go. All right, and that brings us to Emil.
All right, I will wheel around and give out a very dignified shout of alarm. Not at all a terrified squeal. And I'm going to hold my rapier and give it a go here.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a 16.
Well, let's see. I think that. Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Mhm.
That is 1d8 plus 4. That's d8. So 10.
Beautiful. Okay, and this is Giant Spider 3. So 10 points total.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you spin around and nail it. You actually, it's taken aback for a moment by the sheer the speed at which you spun around and attacked it, catching it off guard, dealing a mighty blow. It's actually looking a little bit hurt, fair bit hurt. Okay, Ormia.
I've been waiting to do this for a couple of sessions now. I will draw my sword, step forward here because I'm facing forward and that's the one I see, and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at that spider that Felix is engaged with.
Awesome.
So make a ranged spell attack. 15.
That hits.
Ooh, 1d10 force damage. Which one? Yeah. 4.
Nice. Okay.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, just 1d10. That's force damage.
Okay. Beautiful.
And then yeah, so I took a step forward, and I'm actually gonna step over here now and kind of like here and kind of turn on the battlefield.
Okay. Neat. Yep, so as soon as these spiders crawl down, you immediately post up with the one in front of you, hold your sword out. You've been practicing this maneuver for a while and blast it with an eldritch blast that flies out of the end of your rapier with a little bit of kickback as you see this puncture dent go into the side of the spider's torso, the carcass. And it squeals a little bit and you see something oozing out. And then you get your back along the wall ready for whatever's coming next. Anything else for Ormia? Oops. Sorry, Em. Em, you're up. Battling this spider, you got your bow in its mouth, keeping it at bay.
Somebody's not wanting to go to bed, so he's very unhappy right now. I'm sorry about the background noise.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Ow. From my ears.
Hey, Brian.
Hi. Alright, hold on. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Man, I'm holding it with both hands. I wonder if there's a way that I could...
I mean, that's just for flair. You can actually do whatever you want on your turn.
Yeah, be like, I'm trying to do it with one arm against him in its mouth or whatever, and then I want to try to do Thorn Whip towards it.
Oh, okay.
Kind of catch it off guard.
Okay. Neat. Don't forget, you get to use your real dice tonight. Yeah.
Real dice.
Real dice night. Yay.
Alright, so... Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wrong thing. Hold on. Okay. That is 16. And what is the other one I need to roll?
I don't know. I think it's a Thorn Whip is an attack, right? So you just roll the d20 and add your spell modifier, which I think is I don't know. Let me pull up your sheet here. +3, so it should be 13 currently.
19. Well, I got a 16.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that absolutely hits.
19.
Yep, so go ahead and roll damage.
I want to make sure I'm rolling the right one. It's been a while.
Mhm.
So,
That's an 8. A 6 is a regular die. That's a 4.
yeah.
The 6 is
This one?
normal die.
Square.
Yeah, the cube, yeah.
4.
Okay, 4 points of damage. And it's right next to you, but you do manage to wrap the thorn whip around its rear leg, pulling it down off of its spider web where it had a bit of a not a technical advantage, but for flavor it had a bit of advantage, half up on the wall over you. Flipping it onto its side, it kind of skitters to catch its stand back up. See, that's giant spider 1. Oh. This one looks a little weaker than the other two, and you did a decent amount of damage. All right, anything else, M? All right, our other friendly spider, neighborhood spider, comes up to go after Felix, who was did a substantial amount of damage on its mantle. However, since Felix rolled that natural 20 and it cracked that particular pincer, it can't bite very well. So instead, it's going to try. It turns its back towards Felix and starts spraying out webbing. Ooh.
I'm gonna cutting words that.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, he's got really low armor. Did he put on the armor we gave him?
He did.
Good. 3.
3. All right, so that brings down to 19. But
Does it still hit?
let me just check Felix's new armor class. Yeah, still hits. Ah, you
So
yeah.
I just kind of shout, "Felix stuck!"
Yeah. Ah! Nice. And it almost works, but it actually ends up restraining for the time being. Felix gets wound up and wrapped up, weapon against his chest sticking out next to his face. And he'll have to try and deal with that in a little bit, but that's the spider's turn. Which brings us to Kaylin. And she's just going to attack Spider 1. And use her 2 short sword attacks. And if everyone wouldn't mind rolling a perception check, please.
Including me?
Nope, not you just yet.
Awesome. I'm so upset with myself.
Kaylin misses with her first short sword attack, comes around with the other one and misses again. She's just at a disadvantage with her height that she wasn't anticipating.
12.
Okay. So what did we get again? Melissa, you're a 12?
Mm-hmm.
And Warren was...
Oh, I accidentally rolled in chat, so it's a 16.
Oh, okay. And Sam?
6.
Gaw! Okay.
Wasn't done.
Well, Emil, you hear different than the voice that you all heard in your heads from this area. You hear like a muffled shouting, and you can see squirming in one of these wrapped up spider sack things in the end here.
Just to be clear, here as in with my ears, not in my head.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there a location on the map that, like, can you X out where the or square out where?
Just below. It's in the square just below that bottom spider.
So there.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm kind of far to point it out specifically, but I think I'll just yell, There's something trapped in one of the eggs. That's all I'll say.
Okay. You all hear that and register that. As we come back up to Giant Spider 3, with its pride wounded from Emil's fast reflexes, it attempts to wrap you up, just like you saw with Felix. It turns its body and begins to spray spider silk webbing at you. However, being as nimble as you are, you just quickly avoid and dodge a few as it tries to fire, and it seems to run out of its ammo. That brings us to Felix, who will do a strength check to see if he can get out of here. Felix struggles and is unable to break out of his webbing. Which brings us to Giant Spider 1. Ooh, I think it's pretty well engaged with Emracina here. Oh, thanks for the follow. No, it's... yay. Okay, this spider does an attack on M. I'm sorry, M. Everything always goes after you. And succeeds. This time it clenches a couple times, clunk, clunk, clunk around your bow and manages to bypass your guard. And sinks down, bites directly into the side of your torso. If you could roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
This is going to be interesting.
And you can use real dice, don't forget.
Okay. 16.
Oh, good. Okay. You feel a little bit of searing pain as these fangs penetrate your skin a little bit. But with your sheer will and healthy constitution, you're able to fight off any effects of venom. Okay, and that brings us to Emil.
All right. I am still engaged with number 3. So I think we will continue on with the rapier.
Okay.
I think that's the same thing I rolled last time, but I think it's a 16.
That hits, yep.
Yeah, 16, okay. 1d8 plus 4. That would be 11.
Oh, nice, okay. Oh my gosh. All right. You carefully, after dodging these 3 shots of spider silk, return with a piercing thrust right into the stomach, midsection rather, of this giant spider. And it squeals and starts to curl up its legs as it's barely standing at this point. Whatever you struck seemed to do a lot of damage, and it's having trouble staggering in the hallway here, knocking webbing down and such. Ooh. Hey, Ormia, you're up.
All right. Well, Felix is on the crawl, and so is everybody else. Let's see. 10 for 80. Yeah, I don't want it. No, okay. I'll run over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. He's around past. No, I wouldn't get I wouldn't get advantage on flanking, but because Felix is restrained.
Right. Not yet.
Right,
Not while
I'll
he's
just-
restrained.
Alright, I'll just run up here
Okay.
and I will just stab the thing. I'll just stab it. Why not?
Nice.
to make it. No, it's only to attack to damage 12.
That does not hit, fortunately. While it is a pretty large creature, it has a little bit of nimbleness to it.
Can I use my bonus action to like pull out a dagger and start like kind of hack away a little bit of the webbing around Felix? Like not to free him, but like to give him enough to help him break loose.
Well, for flavor, I don't know I'd be able to add anything to it. With the drawing a weapon as a free action, and then using it. We'll say that you start at it, and we'll see how close Felix gets. It may help him.
Yeah, I just want to kind of like just straight up the side, try to cut a few threads at least.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Right, you're up. Spider has its fangs in your side.
Yay. Okay, so I'm going to use my movement, and I am going to move over here.
Okay, you elbow it a couple times to get its head off of your torso, and then make your way back. But as you leave its range, it gets an attack of opportunity on you. Bum, bum, bum.
Ugh.
I'm just gonna bump it up here real quick, and it's just gonna do an attack as you're fleeing. That hits.
Oh.
Okay, that's not too bad. But you do need to make a Constitution saving throw, if you would. So you crack it in the head a couple times. Oh, what'd you get?
I got a 4.
Okay. And start running away as it goes in for another bite. This time just scraping you along the back of the shoulders. But you feel that with the second bite, enough venom has gotten into your system where your muscles begin to seize up. You get about as far as you are before seizing up entirely, paralyzed in place.
I'm so helpful tonight. Sorry, guys.
Bum, bum, bum.
Where's our cleric?
Alright, let's see. So, let me just see in paralyzing if there's anything that you get to do to try and get out of paralyzing. Paralyzed. Ooh, yikes. You can't move or speak. Alright. Okay. Alright, so unfortunately that's going to end your turn, M. And Fantasy Grounds don't do it. Yet again, you all hear muffled hollering from one of these basically large cocoons wrapped up in spider's webbing. Alright, who is next? I think it's the next spider. Okay. Spider 2 goes to attack Ormia, because she's lively, but it can't bite. So it's also going to try and web you up. Ormia. Ugh. Okay.
I'm gonna cutting words that.
Okay.
Because I'm really close to my AC.
Good.
And I got my reaction back, so I needed a 2, and I rolled a 1.
No.
That die goes in timeout.
Yeah.
This is one of the OG bets too.
Okay. Brutal. All right. So you get wound up in this webbing and are also restrained. So that's not quite as bad, of course, as paralyzed, mind you. Restrained just means
I do have that dagger in my hand still.
Nice.
Just
So, yeah, it just means that you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls made against you have advantage. Your attacks have disadvantage, and you can't move. You have a speed of 0. So that's not too bad. You can still do things on your turn. Okay. That brings us over to Kaylin, who's just going to slash at this spider again here. With her short sword. She draws her first short sword and hacks away. Oops. At nothing, because I didn't roll. There we go. And misses. Oh, Kaylin, it's just because she's so short. And hits on this one. Yes, all right. She goes for the limb. She's been trying to hit the body, and finally she's like, and just hacks away at the bottom of one of its legs and cleaves that entire section of leg clean off. All right, that's exciting. Oops. Spider 3 goes and attacks Emil again. That is not looking... You know what, I'm going to give it disadvantage because it's so... hurt here. But it still hits. And it does max damage again. Alright, this spider is in like a cornered beast. It's just going wild trying to save its own life and get rid of the threat. And Emil, if you would please roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, you bet. Constitution save. I get a +2. That is a 10. I'm going to use my inspiration die to try and raise that.
Okay.
And that is a 16.
Nice. Okay. Once again, you force away any effect from the poison. Just reeling from the pain of the bite. Oh, bless you. All right, Felix, let's make that strength check. Come on. I'll give you advantage on this particular one. I'm just given the situation. Oh, just a strength.
And a question,
Yeah.
because the book doesn't say anything about this. Spells that require a somatic component,
Mhm.
can you do that while restrained?
No, because that's the hand gesture. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dang it.
I'm sorry. Felix rolled 2 3s. I don't know what to do, Felix. I'm sorry. This is what happens when I always roll terribly for player characters, so sorry. Alright, sorry, Felix. That is the end of your turn. Giant Spider number 1 turns now and goes for Kaylin, being the immediate threat, and just tries to attack. And misses as it bites down. It just bites, can't pierce through her armor. Get the sore pincer. Which brings us back to Emil. The spider before you again is near death.
How is the one behind me, actually? Is it also...
It's looking about halfway to death. It's wounded, but not brutally yet.
Because I'm thinking, if I understand it correctly, I could bonus to disengage, move over behind it, and potentially sneak attack it, since Kaylin's engaged it now. Does that make sense?
Yep, you wouldn't... Yeah, let me fix this guy. It's supposed to be here. So yeah, you could get advantage if you moved over 1 square. Yeah.
Okay, do I need to disengage to move over 1? Or?
Nope, because you won't actually leave the range of this one.
Okay. So yeah, I'll slide over 1, and I'm gonna try to attack Spider 1 because I want to get that sneak attack in if I can.
Okay.
Fortunately, I had to blow my inspiration on my saves. So... Ooh, I think maybe a 22 will hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, my sneak is 2d6. So let's throw this all out there at once and see what happens. Oh, that seems good. Hold on, there's a base on that. It's +4. 19.
Oh gosh, yeah, that hits and then some. No, but you already hit, right?
That was my damage.
Jeez.
That was my damage. That was 8 points of sneak attack and 11 of rapier damage.
Amazing. You, knowing the spider's vulnerable point, you race up and pierce, and this spider just shrivels up. It's almost down a full third of its size as it reels in pain and squirms on its back. Its legs shriveling up. Is dead. That's what Giant Spider won. And then some.
Okay, so that guy is dead?
Yes, yep. Let me remove that right off the board here. Blah.
Okay, so I've only used one of my movement, right? I could theoretically disengage and get away from this guy. Being the roguish type, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to disengage and move a little bit away here.
Okay.
Now, my total movement is 30, and I've moved 5, so I think I'm going to go over here.
Nice.
Sorry, Kaylin, but you're up.
Bum, bum, bum. All right. Ormia, go ahead and make a strength check if you would. Your best stat.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be fantastic. Here comes the 1.
No! Oh my gosh. Okay.
So that's a total of 0.
As you struggle to get free, you feel the bindings getting even tighter. Poor Ormia. However, you have an arm free. I mean, basically, mechanic-wise, you still get to attack. You're still there. It's just at disadvantage. So we'll say you've got one arm free to attack.
Well, I'll stab the thing because it's bothering me, but it is a disadvantage, right?
Disadvantage. Mm-hmm.
I can use my
Ooh.
Oh, and 1 was a 20. But this is this with my rapier?
Yes.
Or my dagger? Okay.
We'll say that's your main
So
weapon.
the other one was still a 16, so 22 to hit.
Oh, that hits. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then a D8. Can I do this? Can I do this? What's the big? Nope. Okay. Minimum damage, so 7 damage.
Still. Good for these guys. This one appears to be a bit stronger than the other two were.
Of course.
7.
Yeah, and of course I rolled a 1 on my damage die. And then I'm going to use my bonus action, and I'm going to spend a point of swagger,
Ooh,
and use the rally action.
Mm-hmm.
So I will give Felix a bonus on his next attack or save equal to my charisma modifier. So he gets a +3.
Make a note here.
No,
+3.
No, sorry, Felix gets a +3, hopefully to get him out of the whipping, because I can't do it.
Nice. You know what? In fairness, I need to go have Felix do an attack because he's restrained but not petrified. So he really needs to uses his lighting stick here. Just gonna backtrack a little bit. And misses because he's got the disadvantage. That's a bummer. But he does use his secondary strike from his feet. Into 1. Yeah, it's just weapon is too difficult to manage. A two-handed weapon while being wrapped up in the webbing, and he just whiffs it hardcore. Anything else for Ormia then?
That's it.
Okay. OM, what are we going to do with you here? I don't know if anyone has anything for that. Okay.
I'll just lay on the floor.
Yeah, you've seized up so much that you've collapsed and you're just racked like this on the floor with your weapon clutched tightly in your hands. Yeah. Oh, bless you.
Bless you.
Sorry, Oh, that's a recharge. Okay. All right. Well, this one attempts to attack, but it has disadvantage because of Felix's initial attack. It's going to go for, I guess, Ormia that just hit it. And misses. Its own webbing gets in the way as it tries to bite, and you squirm enough, and it just bites into that densely packed webbing.
Oh, I need more party swagger. Dang it. Never mind.
Caitlin is going to rush up 5, 10, 15, and attack this top one here. Seeing how wounded it is, she draws out her first short sword and slashes at it. Yay, hits it. No. Whew! Okay, and with her first slash, as she cuts through, she finishes this other spider off.
Kaylin's been doing good tonight.
Yeah. And what does she move? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's all she's got. She starts heading back, but she doesn't get very far. All right. Just send another message in.
On the subject of people who are not doing well tonight, it's Felix.
I know, poor Felix.
Ed said the next die roll in the script he sent you was a 20. So he has expectations here.
Nice, right? Awesome. Alright, I'm checking on something here. And then... Okay. As we get back to the top of the round with Felix, that muffled, somewhat almost inaudible, muffled shout becomes louder as you see a blue clawed hand pierce through some of this webbing, frantically trying to escape this its own personal webbing tomb. Not free yet, but arms stretched out, trying to pull itself out in that space just behind this other spider. That brings us back to Felix. We'll do his...
He gets a +3
to
his strength save.
Well, this one's a check.
It's not a save?
Yes. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it would be a... We'll do a save.
I mean, it's your call, but the
Oh, and that's enough.
Ooh.
He finally gets himself free from this webbing. As he gets his hands, he lets go of his weapon with one hand and rips and tears at a weak section of the webbing and breaks himself free. And then continues from there. Let's see.
Yay, it wasn't a waste of a swagger.
He does a standard attack then. Oops. I had to remove that. His effect. Alright, now he can do a standard attack without disadvantage. And misses. Tries a secondary strike. And that one at least hits. Thank goodness. He swings around with his lighting stick and completely whiffs before bringing it back around for a jab and once again striking it in its sore spot on its face. And that ends Felix's turn. Emil, you are next.
Alright, I'm gonna switch to my short bow. Oh, hold on, I'm facing the wrong direction. Let's turn around and actually look where I'm shooting. And I will take a shot at Giant Spider 2 with the short bow. Sadly, that is a 10.
Ooh, that does not hit.
Actually, I will use my bonus action to try and hide. If there's any place, is there any kind of...
Those little rocky mounds are.
Okay,
Yeah.
then yeah, I'll try and hide there.
Okay. Ormia, that's you. If you want to make a strength save.
My stealth was 26.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you just disappear. Yeah.
18.
Yeah. Okay. You managed to get your dagger that was in your other hand sliced up enough to get free yourself from the webbing.
It's very enemy-like. And I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll tuck the dagger, like, slice it up, tuck the dagger away, and then stab it with my rapier. Ooh, that's a natural 19. So a 25 to hit.
That hits.
And what kind of metal that would work for me? And 11 damage. 11 piercing.
Nice. All right. 4. Okay. It's looking a bit worse for wear now. Some bloody goop, green blood dripping out here and there. Still has some strength left in it, though. We remove that effect. Anything else for you on this turn, Ormia?
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Bless you. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Oh, right. And M, you're paralyzed. That stinks.
Click it down.
Okay.
How long does it last?
Until it's cleansed.
Yay.
Usually, I mean, you're not really sure. So far, it's still lasting, though.
You're the only one with any curing ability in the party currently.
All right, let me get this. Okay. Mariah, go ahead and roll, if you would.
Okay.
Actually, you won't have to. I'm going to put you right in here.
Okay.
From this cocoon, you burst forth. You free yourself from being tucked away in this area. Fresh air fills your lungs, and as you look out, one of these giant spiders is here again. Seems to be engaged with some other people. And you can go ahead, and it's your turn if you want to attack or do whatever.
Okay. Hang on. My internet is being dumb.
No problem.
Okay. I'm not seeing my character. Da-da-da-da.
Ta-da!
No, I mean, Fantasy Grounds.
Oh, hang on. Let me share out this other map here. That's probably why.
Oh, cool.
Okay, map should show up, and we're all the way on the left-hand side, somewhere up the middle.
I see me. Okay. Okay. There we go. Hello.
Hello.
Are all my spells.
And you can roll regular dice if you want, or you can do the ones in finished grounds. It's entirely up to you.
Okay.
Regular dice.
Mhm. Okay. Mhm.
With your-
I'm going to wait. I need to look at this before I cast this. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, okay. And I think when we created, I don't think I got my spell attack bonus.
Oh, let me check here. It's probably 13, but you might have a plus one. Yeah, so currently it's 13. Sorry, your bonus would be 5.
5?
Spell attack
Okay.
would be 5. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because DC is 13. Okay. Okay. Do. So many dice. So many dice. Klein, Keyleth. 10?
Let's see. Actually, I think that's a save, isn't it? If Thunderwave is a save that I have to roll, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, Constitution saving
Okay.
throw.
All right, so you've got to beat 13. That one does not. That one does. Okay.
Okay.
No, why am I rolling 2? There's only one creature here. So it fails its save. So Felix and Ormia, if you would also roll a Constitution saving throw. Yeah,
17.
Felix is fine. Okay, you guys are, you don't get knocked back. The so you free yourself from this. You get this fresh cave air, and you turn with your dark vision. You see a number of people engaging this spider. One seized up on the ground. And you just want the spider out of your space. So you reach around and clap your hands, and this huge thunderous boom snaps out and sends a spider barreling over the 2 people that are engaged with it, knocking it back a full 10 feet. Almost on top of, but next to, the seized up person behind them. Go ahead and roll your damage for Thunderwave.
Okay, I already did, so it's 7 thunder.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
We take half damage, don't we?
Yeah,
you guys will take. I guess that'd be 4.
That's 4, right? If we round up. Okay.
Yeah. As the spider goes flying overhead past them, it lands impaled on one of the rocky juttings from the floor, and squeals and squirms as blood pumps out from around the wound until it shrivels itself up. Dead.
And I'm gonna breathe a sigh of relief that didn't fall on top of me.
You're like, oh, please no. All right, so you all see, the rest of you see the spider fly at you and over, and Felix and Ormia, you get hit with a bit of the shockwave. Giant spider flies over, gets impaled, and dies, and standing before you now, dimly lit in this cave, is
the rejected version of the Wizard of Oz. Instead of flying monkeys, they were flying spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Standing before you here is a tiefling with pale blue skin, sky blue skin, dark blue hair, sort of rose gold eyes, no pupils, standard of a tiefling. Ram's horns that come down and around. And she seems a little worse for wear. Breathing to heavy breaths to sort of catch her breath and stabilize herself. And that's the scene before you. But you're out of combat. unless you don't want to be.
I think Emil being stealthed is gonna stay stealthed.
Okay.
Watch it with those spells next time.
Sorry, I've been in a spider web. I didn't know there were people.
Mm-hmm. Who are you?
Oh, my name is Brixby. But you can call me Brixie.
Right. Okay. How did you get here?
Sammy, you might have to repeat it because
Dang
you've
it.
been in.
Yeah, it garbled you up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How did you get in here?
Well, I was captured for being too curious, and I've been here for a year.
Huh. Insight check.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me remove your panel here, Brixibus. If you feel that that's being honest, Brixie, then you can roll. You don't have to roll anything. You can roll a persuasion if you think you're being honest. You can roll a deception if you think you're being dishonest with that. But otherwise, you don't
I
really.
rolled a 7, so I don't think it matters.
A 7, nice.
I'm gonna see. I'm just gonna roll for fun.
Okay.
What is this? Perception?
It would be you'd be on the other side, so it would be like a persuasion.
No, persuasion.
To try and
I'm good at those. 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. He's telling the truth. And she looks it. It looks like she hasn't had any of the daily creature comforts that one would want for a considerable while. Felix gives a nod.
Emil kind of stands up and says, "Odd question. What have you eaten in the last year?"
That's a good question.
Mystery foods for.
Never-ending rations.
All right, and with this stunning revelation and this new person in Orin's Keep of all places, we're going to go ahead and take our bio break since we're about halfway through. Yay! So for anyone that's new tonight, we take like a 5 to 8 minute bio break, and we'll keep streaming. We'll just have some other stuff up, and we'll catch you in about 5 to 8 minutes. Yay! Catch you real soon. All right. Nivea back. Oh, I need to fix her cam.
I can't open the M&Ms. Okay.
Must have M&Ms. Alright, here we go. Sam's cam. Nope, I don't want contact list.
Oh,
I just want Sam.
Dan, chat is saying that you have names up.
Yeah, thanks. It takes a minute to fix. I was like, oh, it's everyone's name. Pay no attention to the names behind the curtain.
It's our secret identities.
Yeah. Superhuman
Still
registry.
behind.
Okay.
Ah. Well.
Hmm. Okay, well, we are back. I don't know if you're talking, Sam, but I can't hear you if you are.
I think she's trying.
Oh, I wonder if she's using her phone or something instead.
iPad.
For the somebody who asked me what is on my hoodie, this is Team Human.
Team
This is
Human,
the-
yeah. Represent.
This is the community that Felicia Day and her brother Ryan Day created back in 2014.
Mm,
It was 4 years. The 4-year anniversary.
maybe so. Gosh, is it?
Well,
It's been a while.
well, next week is the 3rd anniversary of Geeky Century's Twitch. So yeah. 'Cause
Wow.
The Geeky Century Twitch didn't start until 2015.
Here, human.
Yes, half Human hype. Team Human hype.
Yes, it's a raccoon, Nev.
Mhm.
I want to get myself one so bad.
I think she still has her represent up. Her link up.
I'll have to do some digging.
Rip. I have a shirt that a human got me. He actually bought me one. Let's
Oh,
hang
neat.
it up.
Team Human represent. All right, we're trying to get Sam's cam set up and all, so hopefully that we'll get that underway here. But I suppose that anyone else had any interactions? Ed, I'm sorry, let me get your camera on as well here. Ed has joined us, which is extra exciting. Yay! Felix is back. Back again. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, let me try and get Sam back on here. Yay, Sam!
It's a and still it.
And I do apologize if I have a weird sneeze.
Oh, you're fine.
Are your allergies going crazy too?
Well, it's just my sneeze in general. It's not allergies, it's just in general.
That's okay. It's unique to you.
I don't like it, but other people think it's cute, and I don't like it.
Oh. Neat. Oh, all right, we are back. Okay.
Oh,
Woohoo! Welcome back, everyone. So, you find yourselves in Orin's Keep in this particular length of hallway. Still directly before you is this blue-skinned, blue-haired tiefling. A row of beaten down, worn out flowers across her brow. Behind her, you still see the glitter of gold and the sword stuck in a stone, and a number of other egg sacs similar to the one that she just burst forth from.
Ew. Born again.
I'm going to ask out loud, somewhat just to everyone, are you the girl or the sword? There's no voice in my head that responds.
No voice. You know what? Let me see, because you're right there, right? So,
We are.
okay. You hear a voice in your head. I reside in the sword, but I'm trapped here.
Have
Did we
I
just come
heard...
all this way to rescue a cursed sword?
Is there another genie in it?
Dan, have I heard this voice yet?
I don't think Ormia has yet, but correct me if I'm wrong if anyone else remembers. I think so far it's Caitlin heard it first, then Emil. No, you did. Yeah, you did, Ormia. You heard it before you logged in today. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I don't think people are crazy anymore.
Well, you might still, but...
After a good couple of minutes, as the shock wears off of everything that's gone on in the fight, you feel your muscles begin to relax a bit, and you're able to slowly stand back up. A little wobbly, but...
I think it would be fair to say that Kaylin would have helped her. Kaylin would have tried to do something.
Can I have a little help, please?
Kaylin walks over and puts your arm up over her shoulder and gets you about halfway up, because that's her height as a dwarf. Like you're on your own for the rest, but you can lean on me if you need. She's up to about your chest or so. That's not that bad.
I'm gonna, on the other side, I'm gonna lean against a rock, be like, thank you. Who is that?
And Brixibus, before you see a couple of humans. The one that asks, "Is that out loud? Is that the sword, or are you the sword of the girl?" The human looks a little bit roguish in nature. You didn't really even notice him at all first.
I look roguish?
Roguish, yeah. In attire only. The other human has a heavy set of armor on currently, very heavy set of armor. There's a dwarf also in heavy armor helping a what appears to be a wood elf up, the one that was seized up on the ground. And then a high elf that has clothes and gear of a noble, but is dressed more like a swashbuckler with really nice, fancy swashbuckler clothes. Is the other person before you.
So you say you were captured. By whom?
Davros. Well, I guess... Oh, you're muted anyway. No, she knows. It's actually a little more than that. Oh, okay. She just has to move her laptop. She's moving. Back.
I still need to put FG on my laptop. I got the VC, but...
All the technology is going great today, guys.
It's just so
Yeah.
wonderful tonight. So amazing.
Am I sounding better?
Yes.
Like, can you hear me? Okay. I turned down the resolution on my video, like the resolution and the frame rate on my video to like the minimum of everything.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
hopefully that'll help. We don't have very good internet here.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, you haven't gotten garbled yet at all.
It's smoother.
Okay, that's good. I look like an 8-bit character, but okay, that's fine. You can hear me.
All right. Well, while you're waiting, for that response, is there anything anyone else wants to do?
Does anybody know anything about cursed swords? Because I have a feeling we're facing one. Or magical swords, or sentient swords, or
Magical
alive
items.
swords.
Would I know any like legends, Dan, from having an armor smith family?
Ooh.
Armor weaponsmith family?
Do you have proficiency in history at all?
I do.
You do? Okay, go ahead and roll a history check then, if you would.
Ooh. 21.
Nice. Okay, you know that typically souls can inhabit a weapon if there's extremely negative effects or by some powerful effect. Either they had a commitment to a cause so great that they carry on through a weapon that was very close to them. Or if they were... if they died in some terrible manner, they may be seeking revenge, or they may have some other more nefarious purpose and refuse to move on and been moved into a weapon that was close to them. There are some cases of outside of that as well, but typically it's some powerful emotion coupled with a very close relationship with their weapon.
Okay, so they're on either the trailing bell curve ends of good or evil, basically.
Usually, I mean, you got a 21, so I'll say that you also know of some other cases where some creatures had quite a bit of power and were able to possess a weapon. One of note would be, well, I guess you have a 21, and there are other options. I guess you just know that there are a number of other options too. Just 80% of the time, it's really good or really evil situation.
Okay. So it's an upside down bell curve.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, okay. Do you say that out loud, Emil?
Sorry, which part?
Do you ask about if anyone knows about the swords?
Yes. Emil is definitely vocalizing his what is going on. Are we facing something evil? Does anybody know?
I will say what Dan just said.
Perfect.
So it's either something potentially very good or something potentially very not good.
Is there any way to tell? Like the magical alignment of a sword?
That would be a spell effect, I believe, and it is not something I can do.
Kaylin would probably speak up and say, well, we can always get it identified. That should give most of the information we need. It doesn't always warn of curses, but it should give us most of any history or lore behind a weapon.
Detect good and evil is the spell. Ormia wouldn't know that, but I know that. Bless you.
So we have a tiefling that if we have to rescue, I guess, and a sword, we have to decide whether we're leaving it here or not.
Wait a minute, whose voice do they hear? I don't remember if Em has heard it.
I don't think so, no.
I don't think so, because I'm just basically following everybody else in their crazy little loop, whatever. I couldn't remember if you said... I don't think you've said if it was a specific voice or anything like that.
Yeah, Em hasn't heard it at all yet. You've heard them talk about it a little bit back and forth, but...
What is going on? Kaylin, Do you have any water to spare?
Sure. And she pops open her alchemy jug and pours out some water. I think she still has a charge in it. If not, she has a water skin anyway. And gives you as much water as you need.
Thank you. Oh, man. I don't like spiders.
Me either.
So, new person. What is her name? Did you hear her name?
Brixie.
Brixie, she said. You can call her.
How does, Brixie? She said she was kidnapped, right?
But at this point, when everybody is talking, hang on. Oh, see. Hang on. I want to change it to an animal. So.
Ooh.
Okay. Character sheets. Nothing in here. What can? Looking at this earlier.
Post-its.
Yeah.
I know.
I've got a ton of them in my books.
Is it possible for me to change it to a cat?
Yeah, yep, you definitely would have
Okay.
seen a cat.
Meow.
Okay. I change it to a cat.
You see her shift down into a cat. You're pretty familiar with this, being a druid.
Oh, there you are.
I see you.
Emil has a moment of panic before he remembers that Seb isn't around. And he's like,
I'm like, somebody grab that cat.
And then I just
Don't
started.
let her go.
I just start darting.
I don't think I can run or
Can I
anything very well
jump
yet.
on her? Because I'm right in front of her. Can I jump on her?
Yeah, you can do, let's see, because she'd be more than 2 sizes smaller. So you could do, is that an automatic success or is that a advantage?
Well, I have advantage anyways because I have my sword out if it's dexterity based.
Okay. Yeah, you would do an athletics check, and she could do athletics or acrobatics. Roll.
Oh, the pose.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Dang it! It's a grapple. I'm so bad at these.
Oh no.
Crap.
But you have at
Okay.
least advantage. Ormia has advantage because it's 2 sizes. One by size.
You know what? No. I'm gonna go acrobatics. Even though I have +0, I'm gonna see how this plays. Let's see. Come on, Vax. Don't let me. Oh! Vax just going to dice jail. That's a natural 1.
Oh.
Well, I rolled 19, so 18.
Neat. Okay. So Brixie, you start bolting, and Ormia with cat-like reflexes, just faster than you in this moment, runs over to grab you. And as you try and leap out of the way, Brixie, your paws get stuck in some of the webbing, and you get hung up. You don't make the leap that you were hoping to make to escape her grasp, and she gathers you up into her arms and holds you up in the air. However, she's gonna hold you.
Okay, can I do a claw attack? Does it have a claw attack? Just to see.
Yeah, I guess if you're grappled, I don't know if you're able to attack if you're
Can I
grappled.
just be holding her by the scruff of her neck, just like out at a distance?
Yeah, I think if she has you grappled,
Okay, no.
yeah.
Because if she's me out by the scruff, then there's no way for me escaping.
I'm just gonna kind of look at you and be like, okay, look, we're not your enemies. You mentioned you were captured by Davros, right?
I shake my head.
Can we still understand her if she tries to?
What?
You can
Yeah.
see her shake her head, but that's it.
Okay, so it's like yes or no questions.
So wait, did you shake your head yes? Like, nod yes or shake your head no?
Oh, I sent a message in VC chat in case you're looking
I know,
for
I'm
the
trying to-
specifics.
My cat farm, I shake my head no.
I'm gonna insight check the cat
Okay.
because that's contradicting what she said earlier. Someone else insight check because that's an 8.
I mean, it's tough to read the cat
Yeah.
anyway. It's, you know.
I'm just
Are
gonna
we
go with-
worried that the tiefling cat is a spy for Davros, or should we just let her go? I mean, we're not in the business of taking prisoners here.
No, but Davros does have a lot of people under his payroll. We are here to topple him. So if she is a spy,
Do you know what the sword is?
Cat shakes its head no.
I'm gonna insight check.
Okay.
Persuasion robot!
Oh,
I
I
have
got
the-
one!
Yeah. It's just really hard to read a cat anyway. It's, you know. There's really no
Yeah.
facial expressions. It's just.
Yeah, persuasion. Oh, this is gonna be fun because the cat has -2, so. Oh, that's a 1 with a -2.
Nice.
Then he left.
The cat seems to be honest.
All the dice are on lockdown tonight.
this is getting dirty.
I mean, hey, you gotta keep the hashtag based keyless going. Which dies.
Do you know where he is? Insight.
I'm gonna shake her a little bit, just
Hold on.
kind of like angrily shake her.
You know,
like,
I'll
That's
actually say, Brixie, that let me send you a message.
I'm gonna still roll persuasion.
Okay.
19 minus 2. So 17.
I just want to put all my dice away tonight. Alright.
I'm just gonna kind of shake her a little bit, like, why don't you change back?
I attempt to scratch.
Cats are flexible.
Okay, yeah,
Fine.
I'll say.
That's my
No. How about this? I'll try to grapple her arm. Can I?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you're in a
Awesome.
grapple, so
Oh.
you know, I'll just say you can both do either or acrobatics or athletics.
I'm going athletics.
Dan?
Plus
Yeah.
4.
I'm gonna try and mage hand and try and grab the cat with the mage hand.
Ooh, okay.
Scratch that.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
that's,
I forgot you've got that really cool one. Okay, I guess
I
make
wasted a roll then. I rolled a 16, but I rolled a plus 1 is 17.
Emil, I guess roll an athletics check. I guess that would be. Yeah, oh my goodness. I'm going to have to get everyone's scores here. Okay, so.
Magical athletics.
Yeah. Brixie, what did you roll?
I rolled a 17.
17. Okay, and Ormia?
Oh, athletics or acrobatics?
Either or.
Do I still get advantage?
Not on this one, no.
Alright.
And Emil, what did you get?
My base was a 3, so I'm not even gonna worry about what
That,
my
okay.
modifier is.
Oh, curses. Still getting the hang of the hand, yeah. But this extra... Yeah.
I should not have rolled the cat eye dice.
Oh, no.
That's in that was a 2 on the die,
Oh
but
my
it's still an
gosh.
8.
Okay. Yeah, Brixie, you managed to grapple her arm. You break free of her hand and grapple around her forearm now.
Cool.
You feel the little kitty claws sink in, Ormia, through your your clothing.
Ooh.
The cat is grappled around your arm now.
You know, this doesn't have the feel of the spy. This has a feel of somebody who wants to get away from somebody who doesn't understand what they are.
I might be
I
irritated.
think we just let her go.
I agree.
Very well.
Trying to determine how irritated Ormia is.
I'm pretty aggravated.
Let me roll for this.
But if the majority wants to let her go, then
Ooh, you got lucky. I'll let you go.
As you sink your claws into the arm of this creature, you see her with a slightly pained expression. Say, "Oh, you're lucky. I'll let you go."
Is like I'm gonna reach for my bag, just like to pull something out, and then I'm just gonna like just shake it off, and just fine. You can leave your revenge. We're going to go find this man, and I'm gonna walk over to one of the spider corpses.
Ooh, okay. Brixie, you land on your feet, of course, being a cat. These people seem to maybe not be as bad as a lot of the other people you've encountered recently. But
Still in cat form. Like, how much would I know what Davros would be?
I mean, you'd have a pretty good idea, having spent as much time as you have here, where he typically resides. Even in cat form, I mean, you can retain a fair bit of that.
Okay.
So what are we gonna do about the sword? I'm ignoring the cat now. I'm assuming the cat's just gone. So I'm gonna say, what are we gonna do with the sword?
I'm not going near the sword.
Kaylin's already walking over. She sees how shiny it is.
Oh no.
Kaylin, don't touch it.
She looks back at Anne.
Emil stealth.
Awesome. Nice.
Okay.
Kaylin looks back. Yeah. Oh, but it doesn't it need our help, or? I mean,
Maybe.
I think Kaylin would probably try and cautiously walk over to the cat and probably hold a hand out. Like treating Brixie like an actual cat. Because Kaylin's got that tender heart. So Brixie, the dwarf, walks over, clonk, 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 in heavy armor, but squats down and just gently holds her hand out to you.
I just nudge it and start to purr.
Aw, she squishes you under the chin there. And as she's doing that, she looks up and says, "Well, you know, I think I saw some gold pieces in there too. And this sword was talking in my head. I mean, we can ask it questions, right? Maybe get some answers." I mean, I've got like everything I came here, like everything I could ask for or more. So I'm whatever at this point. She gives some extra scritchies.
And I nudge her to follow me.
Oh, okay.
While they're doing this, I'm going over to the spider corpse farthest away from everyone, and I'm going to take out the compass and press it against the spider blood.
Ooh,
see if it'll take it.
Nice. Let me quickly check our spider friends here and see if they are beasts or monsters, because they're giant.
Actually have giant spiders. They are large beasts.
Ooh, okay. You take the compass out and set it down. It whirs up, the little legs sprawl out, and it crawls around and finds the largest open wound and fills up with the green mucousy blood of the spider, 2/3 full. Or retracting its legs and collapsing on the ground.
Is this the first time I noticed that it's only full 2/3 of the way? No, this would be the second.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll just kind of smile and put it away.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna put it away. I'm gonna think about Davros.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the
I'm
compass.
gonna knock it out of her hand.
Woo! Nice. All right, I guess make what would that be?
It could be an attack roll, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I guess an attack roll and see if you can basically disarm her.
Do I get some sort of dodge against that?
Let me do a quick check on disarming, because that might be along lines of a grapple. Let's see. Disarm action. Nope, disarming attack. Determine disarm an option. Oh, that's something different, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to do grapple because otherwise it's a mechanic for different classes. So I'll let you both roll either or, athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
I don't have advantage. No. Wait. Sorry. Let me look up a thing.
Mhm.
If I have my sword out, I get advantage on certain things with dexterity base, and I'm trying to remember if that includes acrobatics or not. Because I just rolled 2 dice. I don't want to cheat. Load.
Do you think you'd still have your sword out after
On
using the compass?
it's on dexterity saves anyway, so that wouldn't count. I'm gonna reroll. That's not as good.
Mhm.
That's a 12.
And what did you get, Emil?
24.
God! Okay.
I would have beaten that with my advantage roll.
You start thinking about
Hey, you were
Davros.
honest, though.
Yeah.
Honesty counts.
Nice. And out of the darkness, Emil, a hand comes and swipes the compass out of your hand, clanking it across the cave floor, over by a few of these luminous white gems stuck in the wall.
What was that for?
Emil?
I'm trying to.
Yes, you keep going back to this evil artifact. When you have other ways of finding things, it keeps drawing you back in. Last time we talked about this was going to be a last resort. We're in a cave we haven't fully searched, and you're pulling it out and using it.
It was.
I've been to your noble parties. I have seen your nobles dancing and eating food. That's not the life I grew up in. I have known people who have been corrupted by their own acts. Murderers. Terrible people. And you know what? Some of them were legitimately terrible people who had no justification for their actions at all, but a lot of them did. A lot of them thought they were doing the right thing, the best thing, the thing that needed to be done. And bit by bit, they lost their souls. And that's the road I see, and I'm afraid that you may be on. So please go carefully with that artifact. And Emil will walk away. She can pick it back up if she wants.
I'll give him a nod in agreement as he walks by.
I'll go pick up the compass. I'm assuming none of the blood was used because...
As you go to check, you see, look through the glass case on the top, the glass part. You see there's still 2/3 blood in there. You also see this very eerie, dimly lit reflection where the pallor in your face is intensified by the very dim white light. The sunken black eyes look extra dark. It's a bit of a frightening visage, not what you're used to seeing, and it's probably the lighting in here that's amplifying it, but it does give you a moment's pause. But it's still 2/3 full of blood.
Alright. I'll put it away.
You know, Ormia, I was going to argue for taking the sword with us, because we were promised anything in here was ours. But the chance, even the slightest chance of it being evil, I think the rest of us kind of have to lead by example here. I don't think we should take the sword, just the same as I don't think you should use your compass. Emil was right. And go follow Emil.
I'm having this moment of Kaylin standing there with her little heart of the Warforged going, but I can keep this, right?
She's definitely hugging that tightly. She's following Brixie Cat.
I guess I'm alone now if everybody's walked away.
Yeah, you're at the end of the hallway, but... Oh, go ahead, Em.
I'm just sitting on the rock, still trying to gather my strength while I'm watching all of this, so I'm just sitting quietly, observing and watching Brixie.
You're watching Brixie.
While I'm listening. Are you going to take the sword?
She's gonna go to the sword and just stand in front of it.
Mhm.
Just stand in front of it
Mhm.
and just kind of look at it for a minute. Hand on her own, on the handle of her own sword, and just kind of. What do you want?
To be free.
Who are you?
My name is Eldancer.
No answer. Do I know that?
I don't know. It'd probably be way before your... I guess roll another history check if you would, and see if you recognize the name.
I am over a century old.
Yeah, this would...
Wonder Woman.
Ooh, neat.
History?
That's so many journals.
That's a 10.
You see a short sword. It appears to be a short sword as far as the weapon, placed halfway into this stone. The name Eldancer, it dances at the edges of your mind. You just can't quite place it, but you feel like you've definitely heard the name before. No particular connotation to it, though.
I'm shaking my head going, what is it with these people and this sword? What's the big deal?
Once you're free, what do you want? I'm gonna ask, I'm just gonna kind of think that at it.
Okay.
Not ask it out loud.
I want to return to traveling the world.
Can I insight check the sword?
You can certainly try.
Oops, no, stay on the desk. Okay. Oh, that's an 18, so 20.
I mean, it sounds genuine. You know, you just have the voice to go by, no body language, but it's you hear like the hope and wanderlust in its voice.
Where have I heard your name before? I can't recall, but I know I have. When did you come here?
I've been trapped here by Roheen nearly a century. I helped fight the battle on the side of good here in the Feywild. We won the battle, but I was weakened, as were many of us. Roheen sought to keep me as a treasure.
Were you a sword then?
I live in weapons. My body's elsewhere.
So you're a spirit possessing the sword.
This is how I travel the world. By someone's side.
It's almost like a punishment. I'm looking at Ormia at this point.
I'm gonna reach out and gently touch the flat side of the blade.
Okay.
I just want to, like, judge its craftsmanship, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Its face at that moment.
Dun, dun. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a finely crafted short sword, definitely of a higher caliber than the normal. You see some ornate decorations along the hilt and a very sharp edge folded many times over to be durable and sharp. Despite being here for 100 years or whatever, it doesn't appear to have worn or rusted.
Are you trapped within the blade?
Trying to what?
Are you trapped within that blade?
The blade is trapped within this stone. And while in this stone, I cannot be free of it.
If I were to remove the sword from the stone, could you transfer to a different sword?
I would need to return to my body first. Then I could transfer to a different weapon.
So much for that idea.
At this point, I walk to the wood elf and I just start scratching at her legs, trying to get her attention.
Oh, whose legs are you scratching at?
Wood elf.
Ooh, okay, and Racina. You feel a kitty at your shins. Oh, you might be muted, Em.
Yeah. Me and technology.
Happens.
Like what is it? What do you
And
want?
I start heading towards the direction that I want everybody to follow.
Towards the sword or away from the sword?
Away from the sword.
Okay. Ormia, will you hurry it up, please? We're leaving.
Right, sorry. I'm gonna think up the sword. I'm on thin ice with these people as it is. But should I live through these next few days, I have the key. I will come back. And I'll walk away from the sword.
It calls out as you're stepping away, will you at least free me from this stone? This is my prison. If you do not wish to take me with you, I understand, but...
It's not that there isn't a desire, it's that I feel if I did, I would be stabbed in the back. Repeatedly.
At this point, I'm already following Brixie towards the direction that she wants me to go.
Okay.
Once she's out of sight, I'll grab it and pull it out of the stone and then just set it down on the ground.
Oh, you do pull it out and set it down on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, young one. Here, and you feel a little bit of a shake and vibration to this part of the cave. Just Ormia, who's down here. And sort of an intense pressure for a moment before hearing a crack of energy that then dissipates. The sword quickly begins to rust over.
Crap. I just kind of sit there and go, I'm not going to tell anybody about that, and just walk away.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I'll follow.
Couldn't possibly be the worst thing we've done.
I mean, we did bury a gnome in the bushes.
One of us.
Yeah.
And steal the head of a lich from some cave.
Yes.
I mean,
Could you unparalyze me, please?
Oh, sure, yeah. I guess if I gotta.
We all leave. Emerson
very
is still
much.
sitting there, just
I
Can't
very
move.
much like to move. Like, bye, guys.
Okay.
And as I'm walking away, I'm just gonna kind of think to the sword. Should you ever, just to the spirit wherever it was, should you ever find me again, once I find my teacher, I will be traveling. You can join me. But I'm just gonna think that, not say it out loud.
Okay. You slowly catch up as Brixie Cat is leading the way, and Racina right behind her, back out of this section of cave.
okay, I start heading north.
I think we're all following. I mean, I'm following them,
Yeah.
presumably. So, okay, once.
Okay.
We never looked at the leather foot.
Who do I still need to move? Just Kaylin now, I think. So go ahead and move your tokens, guys, where you'd like to be in the cave system. Okay, and I'm just going to cheat and move you a little bit, Brixie, just up to where Emercina is.
You're good. I'm still. I don't know. I'm moving my map, but it's not moving.
Oh, you have to grab the golden arrow thing. If you click and hold on that, then you can drag the map around.
It took me 3 months to figure that out.
It's such a pain, yeah. It's
No different from Roll20. I'm so used to Roll20.
Oh, right. I think you can also, if you have a scroll wheel in your mouse, you can click and hold that and drag around too. All
That's
right.
what I've been doing, but I just.
All right, you head up to the main part, part of this cave system that had that really large crystal.
Do we still hear the giant?
You can go check. You don't hear anything from here.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm just gonna peek out, just like, oh jeez, grab, no, God. Grab token, not map. Okay, just kind of like carefully just peek around just to see if it's still sitting there confused.
Okay. You look around and hold an ear out to listen. But they have key, so they must be here. But Davros said no one. And so he's still going through the same outer struggle that you confused him with before. Yeah.
Oh, I was just kind of like, oh, poor guy.
Paradox loop.
I'm just gonna kind of go back over. It's like, I think the giant's gonna be there for a while.
Okay, you come back up here, and again you see that big wall of sand and wind whipping around, much like the dome outside. As you recall, it had scratched up your arm a considerable bit.
Yeah, because I rolled a 12 on a d12. The one time I roll well on damage is against myself.
That was brutal.
I'm not there.
I mean, it's Will Wheaton. Wheaton serves.
This is true.
Definitely a Will Wheaton night. Brixie,
Okay.
are you wanting us to go through the sand?
Can I use my keen smell? And it says I have an. What would this be? Perception or investigation? To see. Actually, they're there.
It would be, you could try and see if you sense him. This is more from your past experiences. It would be very difficult though, but you can try if you want to sense currently.
So perception.
Perception, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use. Okay, I'll take that 19 plus 1 is 20 total.
Okay. I guess let me. Okay. It's difficult to see through the sand and air here. But being familiar with, having to have spent so much time here and knowing routines, you feel it's very likely that he's where
Very
you think
likely.
he is. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and in my response for a yes, I go. A meow as a response.
Okay. I want to help heal up Emil.
Oh, okay.
With healing
you.
word. I'm just gonna do it in here because I am being lazy right now.
Do you have Cure Wounds prepared? Because that also uses can use the same spell slot on Cure and heals more.
No, I don't. I forgot to.
I do. So.
Some of us could use a little bit of healing.
Yeah, you
Some
do
of us-
see that Emil's
There's only one me.
Emil's very
Okay,
wounded. Ormia so.
I'm less than half because of the sand.
Okay, at this time I turn back into my normal self.
Did I do that right?
Okay.
And then
You did, yep.
There you go.
And then
Thank you.
I say one needs to heal. One needs to heal.
I do.
Okay.
Come over. And my arm is seriously scratched up and bleeding still. It's yeah. I tried to go for the sand.
Okay. Michael. No. Oh man, where's my? Oh come on, where's my? I just had it. Did I? Okay, never mind. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, oh, no. Don't need that. Okay. So how do I do this? Do I just click on the...
Do your... I know it's not control click with the mag. If you want... You can also roll regular dice, and I can do it manually. But in a regular game, you would do the command click or whatever to target the party member you want to heal. And then
Okay,
you
so it's
just
just
click
like
the
when
heal.
you're in normal attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's me right here.
That's Ormia, yeah.
Okay.
So you see Brixie Cat shift back into the tiefling. Long tail flipping behind her as she begins to cast a healing spell.
Dang it. Okay. I don't know if I did that right.
Yep, that's good. You just need to target them first. But I
Oh,
can
I
do it
did.
this time. I added it for Ormia.
Oh, no, wait.
You had your wisdom modifier too.
Oh, yeah, click the...
Yeah, I could do that manually. I'm gonna get this right.
Just roll a real die and add your wisdom modifier.
Mm.
It takes a while.
Yes.
Woo!
Okay,
Plus-
so
8 plus wisdom modifier, 8, 9, 10, 11.
sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's
That's-
that was double what I had.
Hey, Ormia, you're all healed up.
Almost. I'm at 22 still, I believe.
No,
I'm not
that'll...
right.
If it was 11, then that heals you right up.
No, because I got hit with the thunder wave too, so that was 4.
Hey, Ormia, I think we need to use the key.
I tried to use the key to walk through, and that's how this happened.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It hurt.
What about all together, like we did before? Do you think that would work?
Maybe someone without the key?
Are we
Is there
willing
is there
to
any
try
way
that?
we can do a roll here, like an investigation or a perception, or like just see something more about this than just sand
Yeah.
and key?
Yeah, go ahead. And Brixie, I sent you a VC message.
I know.
Oh, okay,
I know.
cool.
saw it.
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation check if you'd like, Emil.
Okay, +7.
Nice.
Well, when you're breaking into people's houses, you can investigation that or other things that might need investigation. So unfortunately, only a 9.
Okay.
Emil would never break into your house.
Obviously
Never.
not.
Totally.
Yeah, you don't spot anything. At least, yeah, you've taken a few minutes to sort of look it over, and all you see is this wall of sand and wind. And Felix, is there anything you want? I know you jumped in. I hate to not give you an opportunity to do anything.
I'm gonna go up to Ormia and say thanks for doing the right thing, and I'm gonna cast Rally on her, just to give extra HP on top of.
Okay. Is that temp?
Yeah, temporary HP.
Okay.
That's all of 1 hit point.
Nice. Let me add. I'll go ahead and put that in here.
Clearly, it's better now that you're rolling the dice yourself rather than Dan doing it for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
Hey, Ed, you're quiet.
Okay.
It didn't take because I feel guilty.
Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Pat. Oh.
I'm still clearly very distracted while trying to figure out how to get past this thing so we can get to the man that we're searching for. Obviously, this is what is happening.
You can roll an investigation check if you want, Ormia, as you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Gilmore die. Gilmore, you screwed me.
What
That's a,
dice did you use?
that's a 4. This die it's you can't really tell, but it's like purple and blue swirls, and it's just very
Oh.
Gilmore.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you also look at it. Everyone's sort of scratching their heads, like, well, how do we get through without getting hurt? Unless anyone else is investigating, you're welcome to.
I'll go ahead, just cause.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
That'll be a 15 for me.
10.
Nice.
Okay. You don't see much, M. Felix, as you notice, this sand and wind is coming out of one wall and into the other. And as you're examining the source as close as you can without the wind whipping into your face, you do see some runes etched into the stone, but they're about 1.5 feet into the wall. But they seem to be powering this.
Huh.
I can try to shoot it. I have my magic blast.
Didn't Kaylin have some knowledge of runes the last time we came across runes?
I'll have her do an Arcana check
Yeah.
Oh, I can take a
or a
look.
history check.
Yeah. And she sets her pack down with the heart far away from the wall.
Do you recognize any of this?
Well, it seems to be powering it. Oh yeah, okay. I think if we destroy some of these runes, it should power it down. At least the one over here that's powering it. We destroy the one on the other end, it might chip away at the wall instead. I'd say destroy the source if we can get in there. It's too. I don't think anyone wants to reach their hand in there.
I've got my blast. So, and that wasn't affected by the sand outside. I don't know if it'll be affected by magic sand, but everyone stand back.
Kaylin runs over and gets her pack.
I'll draw my sword and cast Eldritch Blast at the ruin.
Nice, okay.
Can I try it again?
What was the first one?
Well, that was a 2 on the die, so a 7.
Okay, well, 7 will hit. I mean, it's the wall. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's not so bad that it would miss. Yeah.
Thank
so
you, low DC.
You hold your rapier out and blast this Eldritch Blast. It arcs over and blows away the rune. And cracks apart the symbol, and the wind slowly dies down and dissipates, revealing a room before you. Let me just open this to light up. Oops.
Oh no.
Wrong. Oh, you wouldn't see the... Well, we'll give you the whole thing here. Sorry, I've got to go into the mask. Alright. You see before you... That takes its sweet time to load up. I guess that's good. I can go jump into my description. Okay. You shield your eyes for a moment as the stone chips away and the sand and wind die down. As you peer through, the room beyond is dark, with the exception of 3 large gaping holes in the ceiling. An eerie moonlight shines down through them, forming 3 separate pillars of soft yellow light. You spot a few large stone pillars stretching from floor to ceiling, standing strong in different areas of this room, as though they're supporting the entire structure. The 3 pillars of moonlight suddenly shift in the same manner as a muscle suddenly spasming. They converge abruptly in the center of the room, illuminating the very edges of a dark figure that almost seems to be canceling out the light as it falls around their form. And you slowly see, as it takes a step forward, let's see. Oh, don't even tell me I don't have this in here. That's the worst fail ever. Excuse me a moment. You see what? Very slowly they step forward. You can't see the back of the very back wall. Oh, come on, computer. Why are you being so slow now? I need you.
We see a buffering circle.
Yeah.
It's Internet Explorer.
No.
Davros must have cast a slow spell on this area.
Yeah, no kidding. I know I had this in here. I can't believe
Hey,
it.
just gonna plug this in. Hey guys, Wormwood Gaming here. Free shipping. Use the code word crit roll.
Crit roll.
Thanks, Sam.
Oh, that's why. Oh, you bugger. Okay.
And yes, I did that.
That's awesome.
D&D Beyond.
Oh, I need to catch up on last night's episode because I did not get to watch it.
No.
It's really
Me
good.
neither. I got about an hour in and went to bed.
Ha! I missed it entirely. Yeah, it was super
It's
sick.
really good.
As bed an hour before it started, I just couldn't.
Mm.
It's been difficult trying to stay up.
Okay. As this creature steps into the moonlight, you see a humanoid with dark, dark skin, almost onyx, white light, rapier in hand, feathers out of his cap. Well, didn't think you'd make it this far. So glad to have you. And that's where we'll end the session tonight. Whew.
My actual counterpart.
Neat. Oh, my computer's running so slow. All the things took forever. That would have been so much better. Sorry. Well, thanks, guys. That was a really fun session for me. Hope you all had fun. And welcome, Mariah. Yay! And Brixidus. It was fun seeing your druid form, fun stuff, and kitty cat right out of the gate here. Yay. Thank you very much, chat, and all the wonderful folks that came to chill tonight. I should probably pop over there. Brick's entrance. Yeah. That's awesome, Warren. Yeah, look forward to next week, where the party's seemingly going to have their face off with Davros at last, and we'll see how Ormia fares and party and what's going on with Yaris, and lots of fun stuff next week coming to a head.
I'm gonna be tense for a week, Dan.
Awesome. I thought it might be extra fun. I was really looking forward to you seeing Davros, the image, too. I've had that locked down forever. You don't even know how long I've been waiting for that. So I'm super excited.
I already hate him. I want to punch my screen.
You've done so much stuff to me, Davros. Neat. Well, yeah, thank you so much. And thank you for the cheers, Dark Searchman Nevik. Much appreciated. So anyone new in the chat tonight, of course, you can catch all the previous episodes on our YouTube page, which I think Nightbot kindly linked up there, youtube.com/madbird. This one will be up in a few days. I'll probably run a rerun after we finish up here. If any players, if you have to head out, no worries. Since we have our new wonderful player, Mariah, I guess, Chad, if you have any questions or you wanted to say hi or anything like that, we can do that for a minute before we shut down. I'd also like to thank Ed for popping in, even though it wasn't really in the cards for you tonight. I appreciate you stopping in.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was good. I felt bad. I was rolling so terribly for you. So Mariah, our new player, is super awesome. You've probably seen her on Twitch or in Team Human or in Critter Chat. She's Impossible Girl 11 in chat here. And yeah, she's playing Brixibus, what you can see is a really cool... Oh, thanks for the follow. Really cool tiefling character. I was happy to have a character with horns again, or something that came out so I could put it outside of the ring and then a portrait on the layout.
So we have somewhere we can put our torches again.
Yes. Can you hold this? Yeah. Mariah, we had a fawn that had antlers, and she would regularly put a torch in there so she had her hands free. Neat. Well, thanks again, everyone, for stopping in. We stream every Friday from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. And again, catch us on YouTube. Stop into our Facebook group if you want, and keep in touch with us. Keep in touch with us there. Thanks again, players. You're so awesome, and it's so great to have you, Mariah. And some really fun role play tonight. Emil, that was really intense with the and Ormia. That was pretty great. And I love the follow-up, Felix and M. It was just really cool. Really fun session. Cool. Have a great night, everyone. We'll catch you all next week. Take care. Bye.